Alright, so there's definitely something that Global and JP have done. Pretty much the only good thing that is completely positive and really exciting to me. And that is buff. Four units. Now you might be like, who is it? Well, it's day one units. But these buffs are looking really good. Like really good. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of talk about what was added and changed. But obviously I can't really just go over everything, but we could kind of know what exactly, like some things that were changed and added. So yeah, we're gonna go through that. So who exactly was buffed? Well, JP made a like kind of notice about the before and after, so we kind of know, and it's going to be Fuego, Jack, which I know this Jack, Blue Jack, Red Yami, and Blue Noelle. So honestly, really good if we're being real, like really good, interesting, because and you know why they buffed them? It's pretty funny. The reason they buffed them is because on global, well, there's frame challenge. So guess who's in frame challenge? Those 4 units, right? And that's basically why. That's essentially why they wanted to make it a bit harder, I guess. So that's what they decided to do. And they're really good buffs. If we're being real, they're really good buffs. So I want to start with Noelle and Fuego. All right, we're going to start with that. Now, what we could also say is their skill pages were buffed. Yes, sir. Jax is now really good, giving a, well, really good. It's pretty decent. It gives a 50% damage increase when you use a skill 1. But the real killer is Fuego's. Bro, it's a 50% damage increase if you're above 50% HP on any skill. Like, this is insane. You could dead ass use this on the current Fuego, because his is a 50% damage increase. And you just get that if you're above 50% HP, which remember, Fuego heals himself. The only thing you lose is the extended ammo. So this is kind of crazy how good it became. Yami's remained relatively unchanged, but this became from a 40% chance for 1 SP to a 100% chance for 2 SP to be removed when you're attacked. So that to me is really interesting. Now, we're going to start with Noelle. I really like what they did with Noelle, so we're going to start with the GOAT, all right? So, Noelle, what exactly did they change on him? Well, they added a poison here, all right? So, this one just, basically, it's a guaranteed poison. Before, it was not. Now, the skill 2, what was added was another poison. So, this actually starts to stack up, because then the poisons... Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot what poison does at dupe 8, or at dupe, not dupe, at stack 3. Oh my god. Does it do anything? I'm trying to remember. I don't think it does it? Why don't I remember? Oh my god. Anyway, you could stack more. I low-key forgot. Shock does SP -8. Oh, is this the mobility? It's the mobility reduction, isn't it? I'm not... am I tweaking? Because this is also poison, right? Yeah, okay. It's the mobility reduction. If you stack 3, 50%, 50, I think it's 50% mobility reduction. So it's very good. Now the alt is so much better. It got speed increase, speed reduction. Like, they just gave it AoE speed reduction. That's insane. That is insane, right? It's pretty crazy. Now, what else they added is this now is just, I'm pretty sure... I can't tell. The only thing is that it's guaranteed. It's yeah. So it's guaranteed incapacitate. Before it wasn't guaranteed with Fuego, but now it is. So you always put incapacitate. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. It is. Now his passive is a very small damage reduction increase. Here it's a 15% instead of 12. Right. That's it. Now what else we could see is this. So it's just a damage increase. It's a very small, it's a double damage increase almost. It's not really that crazy, right? So that's essentially it. But Noelle got the speed increase, guaranteed incapacitate. Like, it's crazy how he might be like a very funny, gimmicky team to run. The problem is getting him to 125. That's the problem. Is that these buffs are cool and could be like PvP viable in some very weird situations, but why would you do it, right? You shouldn't. Now, Fuego, I feel like got some really good ones too, if we're being real. So skill 1 is now guaranteed burn. Oh, is it? Oh, never mind. Sorry, no change. I read it wrong. Skill 2 is guaranteed burn. So he does an AoE guaranteed burn instead of with random chance. I like that. I really do like that. That is huge. Now, the alt did get a massive buff. A massive buff. So it gives a 120% damage increase at max dupe, all right, instead of 60%. So it's double the damage increase. I mean, it's going to do a lot of damage, all things considered. Yeah. Now, I think it also changed the cooperation skill. So this is a guaranteed weapon enhancement, where before I think it was, I don't know what it was exactly. I could pull it up here. We're gonna go here. It's just that some of the things that were posted on Grimoire Tower are not correct, so I'm not using it for everything. But this is reduced endurance. Okay, so it's way better getting weapon enhancement alongside incapacitate. Like, this is gonna allow Fuego to do so much damage if you combo with Noelle. And then for the passives, I don't know what exactly was changed. So let's see. The unique passive was not changed, all right? So upon using skill 2, inflicts 1 burn, which means the skill 2 immediately puts 2 burns. That's really good. And then you got to consider that this also puts a burn. So you use combo and then Fuego skill 2 and there's 3 burns. I mean, it's good. It's very good. Now what they did, unfortunately, he has a gear drop rate. Unfortunate. But for the dupes, the dupe 2... became a, how much was it before? I think it was 5% damage increase or 3.5, and now it's 15. And then here, 30% damage increase was not there. It was 7% before. So now it's 30%. So a lot of these are going to stack together. I mean, he gets 120% damage increase here, 50% when he's above, what's it called, 50% HP, and then he gets damage increase here, and then he gets penetration, right? Do these stack? Do they? Hold on. Like, I just want to see. I want to see if they stack. Because wouldn't that be crazy if it does stack? Hold on. I just want to see this real quick. What? Oh, we don't. Is it? Ah, it's only the highest one. They don't stack. Okay. All right, unfortunate. So that's one side. Now the combo for Fuego Noelle is insane. It gives Fuego a damage increase, puts incapacitate. Noelle has the speed lower, like, it's crazy. Now I feel like Yami and Jack got a bit of the shorter end of the stick. I feel Yami was treated decently well, but let's go through it. So Yami, all right, skill 1. It was changed. It's a 75% chance to inflict bleed instead of guaranteed when you crit. I think this was a nerf. Honestly, it was a nerf. But this is way better. Way better. So the stun stayed, but now, you just do the damage increase if there's a bleed instead of when you're fighting bosses. So this works for PvP. Not that it's really going to matter, but you know. Now the alt, I don't know, what is it? It's a guaranteed bleed. So that's what I mean. It's not really that many crazy changes. We could also go for this. So what does this change? I don't think it does change anything. Does it? It does. So before, I think it was just a... Oh, before it was... If there was a bleed, there's a 40% damage increase, but this is a 30% damage increase at all times. So it's better or worse. Depends to you. Now, the unique passive is just a 20% crit increase, where before it was 15%. So small change, right? Doesn't really matter. Now, the dupes were changed because before it was versus bosses, but now you just get a 30% damage increase against everyone, right? So that is pretty good. It is pretty good. But overall, I think Yami was not really helped out too much. Even his skill page kind of sucks. So yeah, Yami, they don't really want Yami being there, I guess. So yeah. Now, Jack. Jack is the 4th and last unit that they changed. I can't find him though. Here he is. Now, he got some pretty nice changes. He did. Skill 1. Before, the skill 1 was just a bleed, and now, if you have a buff, then you get a damage increase. It's not going to be that good, if we're being real. Now, the skill 2, what they changed. So, before, it was, I think, penetration, but now it's level 4. Now, the crit rate stays the same, but the speed was increased. So, the speed is now higher chance. Now, the alt gives a 10% crit damage buff per buff, right? And that doesn't change. I think it just applies guaranteed bleed. That's the only difference. So they really didn't want these guys to get too good. Now he gives a crit damage increase. Yeah, they did not really try too hard. Now what's crazy here, I feel like it was not this good, right? Because before it was when attacking an enemy with a buff, damage delta is increased by 7%. But now this is for each buff, you get a 10% damage increase. That is not bad. Now they added Sever, which I think it was there before, but I haven't used Jack, right? The problem is there were some sneak buffs, so I don't know. But when you have Sever on the skill 2, it gives him an attack and damage increase. So for PvE, this Jack is going to be really fucking good. Like for PvE stuff, this Jack, it looks insane. Because you get 10% crit damage per buff, 10% damage per buff, 30% attack and damage increase, and then you get crit rate, penetration, and speed. And sever. Like, to me, for sure, in PvE, it's looking good. I like it a lot. I really do. So that's cool that they did that. I think these buffs are nice. They're pretty nice. I like the buffs. I low-key really like Fuego and Nozelle's to the point where I'd want to try it out. But they also don't have any utility. That's the problem. Noelle alone could be good, right? Noelle could work. And the reason for that is because he applies AoE buffs of disarm and speed lower, right? So that is crazy good. But then it's like, it's like cool, magic attack lower. But, you know, if this wasn't damage increase, he could have actually been viable, unfortunately. But Fuego, the problem is there's another good Fuego, which is for sure why they felt comfortable buffing him, because Chaos Fuego is just better, right? He's just better, so is what it is. But these are cool buffs. Cool buffs indeed. I find it cool that they're doing that. They could do more buffs in the future, and I wouldn't complain. What I do want to complain about is that there was no promotion for them on Global. So what's up with that? Garena? You know, promoting could be good. Just saying. Promoting it could be good, but obviously no, they don't want to. So that's the end of the video. Let me know what you think of the buffs. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's nothing insane, but it's cool. That's all we could really say about it. Like, I definitely think that Noelle and Fuego could be a very funny gimmick team if you want to run it. Like, you're going to do a lot of damage with Fuego. The problem is getting him to 125. Who the fuck wants to do that, right? With all that said and done, I am finished. Let me know what you think of the buffs, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.